Well, okay. Hello. It is Thursday at 11 o'clock. And normally I would be teaching this class in my sound healing studio located off of Encinitas Boulevard and Rancho Santa Fe Road. Um, but we are not in that type of situation. We're in somewhat of a quarantine, as I'm sure you are as well. So I thought that it would be wonderful to continue to stream our sound healing classes. So this is Crystal Bowl Club. Yeah, we've got sound healing classes every day at 11 o'clock. We'll be live streaming them. As we're real timing, I'm just waiting to hear from some of the instructors. Like every day we have a different sound healing class at Sacred Sound of the Soul. And since we're not holding classes in person, we'll be doing them virtually. So you have an opportunity of some of the greatest sound healers of San Diego County, in my opinion, streaming our sound healing classes. So today's Crystal Bowl Club. Yesterday was integrative sound healing. We had Wa teaching that. She'll be teaching most of the 11 o'clock Wednesday classes. And all of those classes you can stream right now. They're free right here on Sacred Sound of the Soul. This is an interactive class, which is what I love about Crystal Bowl Club so much. So if you have a question or a comment, please just type that in. Go to the Sacred Sound of the Soul Facebook page and type in your comments, your questions, and then share it with other people. The whole thing about sound healing is how many people it can touch, and it's still very new to people. So this is a huge opportunity for us to share the gifts of sound healing with other people. So again, comment, ask a question, and then share that, have a watch party, and you guys can all be here for Crystal Bowl Club. So welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. This class is great because it's perfect for beginners. It's perfect for people who have bowls, who have been playing for a long time, and perfect for people who don't have bowls at all. So whether you have a bowl at home or you don't, it's going to be perfect. If you do have a bowl, if you want to run and go grab it and bring it so we can do our practices together, that would be fantastic. Again, my name's Amanda. I am the owner of Sacred Sound of the Soul. It's a sound healing studio. And today, normally we would be teaching class in my studio, which has 150 beautiful crystal bowls and all different types of sound healing instruments. If you go online to sacredsoundofthesoul.com, you can see all of the different instruments that we have, including every bowl. But today, since I'm home and we're in some type of quarantine, I wasn't able to go get any other bowls. So I just have one, but it's a really good one. So if you have your bowl, go ahead and take it out. These are really nice cases that the bowls come in. But this is the bowl that chose to be with me for this period of time. This is a 12-inch Divine Cryon Alchemy Crystal Bowl. Look at that beauty, right? Let me hold it in front of me. Isn't that gorgeous? So anytime that I bring my crystal bowl out, I make sure that I don't have any rings on my fingers. I'm not wearing any dangly jewelry or necklaces that are hanging, because these are very delicate, and especially in these times right now, we might not be completely focused. So just make sure that you remove your rings and necklaces and any dangly bracelets. I like to connect with the bowl first. Absolutely. I think that sometimes your bowls, have you even taken a moment to turn it upside down and look at the bottom of it and how exquisite these bowls can be? So I like to just connect with the bowl and look at it, look at the edges of it and how round and beautiful. Sometimes the bottoms have a little bit of a lip to them. They're all unique. Each of these bowls are one of a kind, which is one of the things that I just happen to love about them. And then you're going to have a O-ring. These ones are made out of silicone. You want to make sure that the O-ring and that the bowl is centered over the O-ring. Of course, if you have your O-ring, and I see this quite a bit, if you have it not quite centered and it's just a little bit off, it takes nothing to knock that bowl over, and your $14,000-$15,000 crystal bowl is now in pieces. So it's very mindful and very important that you make sure that your bowl is centered right over that O-ring. These are called all sorts of things, mallets, strikers, but in my world, in my crystal ball world, they're called wands, because I believe what we do is very magical. So it's a nice, gentle grip of your wand. It's like you're shaking its hand. It's very nice to meet you. And the sweet spot on the wand is not on the very tip, but it's about an inch of the way down. This is your sweet spot of your wand. Same thing with the bowl. We don't want to strike the bowl or chime the bowl on the edges, although I'm sure you see that happen quite a bit, but this is a really delicate area of the bowl. So the sweet spot on the bowl is anywhere from an inch to an inch and a half from the rim. If you play down too low, it'll muffle the sound. If you play too high, it won't allow that sound to radiate out. So it's really about an inch to 2 inches above the top, and it's a kiss. It's a very light, sweet kiss. So if you have your bowl in front of you, let's go ahead and chime it together. You can hear that for some of you, that sound may be still continuing on. This bowl has a very amazing resonance and continues on for quite some time. So I think a lot of the things also that I see commonly with players is that they'll chime the bowl and then they'll play the bowl right away. And I want to invite you to just chime your bowl and let it sing. Let it have its voice. Let that moment of sound that you've created with your bowl ring on to do its healing work. So that's what I'd like to invite you now. If you don't have a bowl, tune into your body and see where you feel that energy. See if you can tune into us and the energy of not just my bowl, but of everyone who's joining this class and them playing as well. Yes, so let's try it again together. We'll chime our bowls. Beautiful. The other way to play your bowl is to actually sing the bowl. And to do that, I recommend holding it like a pencil or a chopstick, holding your wand like a pencil. And there's a reason why. I see a lot of this. You'll see players doing this. And I have to say that I highly encourage you to get rid of that method. And I'll tell you why right now. This is so easy, right? If something happens over here and I might not be present completely, this, I don't have that great of a grip on it, can slide right out of my hand and break your bowl. I've seen it happen. So holding it like a pencil not only gives you that pencil-like control over your wand while you play, but it also helps secure, like this wand isn't going anywhere. It would take me to be really cognizant of the fact that I was dropping it or putting it down. So again, I highly recommend holding the wand like a pencil rather than the overhand holding like you see so much. You just don't get the same type of contact as you do holding it this way. Try it out, see how it works for you. Again, these are just suggestions for you. They're not law, right? So holding it like a pencil, again, we don't want to play on the very end of the wand. We want to play about an inch or to an inch and a half up, and that's the sweet spot on the wand. On your bowl, it's about a 45-degree angle. And again, every bowl is different. So you'll find what your bowl likes and what you like to play with your bowl. The important part is that you're playing it. So again, 45-degree angle, and my wrist is straight, noticing that there's very little movement there. The sound gently comes up, which I'm inviting it to come. Noticing that if I press harder or if I go faster, that sound is going to come up quite a bit. If you're playing a bowl that's a frosted bowl or a smaller size bowl, it's going to get loud really fast, and you may enjoy it, but be very mindful about who's around you. If you've got animals, children, older people, even people your own age, you want to be mindful. These sound can create, but it can also destroy. So that's something that we want to be mindful of. This bowl is incredible, and not all bowls are like this that allow you to just play them, and they continually will hold that space as you play. This is one of those bowls. I could play this bowls for hours and not worry about, oh, I need to slow down or it's too strong. It just has one of those. It's one of those magic bowls. This one is. So as I go around in a circle, I often get questions like, well, what happens if I go counterclockwise? Is there a difference between counterclockwise? Is there a difference between going clockwise? And to be honest with you, I say whatever feels right to you, whatever the bowl and you are having the conversation about. If you feel like that bowl's telling you, or you feel inside, I need to do counterclockwise, then go for it. Yeah. This is all about tuning into ourselves, tuning into source energy. Oh, I like that. So that we can connect with others. We're connecting with a consciousness right now. This bowl holds a consciousness. And you know that, and I see it time and time again, bowls don't play the same for different people. This bowl will play completely different for another person, or even in a different environment. If I took the bowl outside and I decided to play outside, a completely different sound. They're just magical that way. I love them. So you've noticed, see, I'm feeling good, staying present and grounded, aware of the bowl. I don't have other bowls to the side of me, so I don't really have to worry about knocking anything over. It allows me to have this moment, this exchange with this bowl that's very intimate. It's very uplifting. Now, a few different ways that you can play the bowl, right? You can continue on if your bowl allows you to continue playing like this one does. I can send this sound off into the universe with the greatest of love. We'll do that now. Let's check in with ourselves. Are we feeling the resonance, the vibration of the bowl? Where in our bodies? Whether it's our physical, or we start to become aware of these energetic bodies that lie outside of our physical bodies. Remembering to take nice deep breaths in and out. Nice. How are you feeling? Can you feel that? Yeah, comment if you can. I'd love to hear how you're experiencing the bowl virtually. That would be fantastic. So just write a little comment and I'll see it and I can answer. So here's another way to play your bowl. If you have one of the bigger bowls, not the smaller bowls, this technique doesn't usually work with the smaller bowls. It works with bowls, I'd say 9 inches and up. These are the alchemy bowls. I think that this technique definitely works on the frosted bowls as well, although you have to work a little bit harder, is to hold your wand horizontally. And I'm just holding on to it, you can see with my fingers, and I'm allowing this space of the wand to be free. And it's almost like playing a violin, nice and gently. Again, I'm in the sweet spot of the bowl, not at the very top. The thing to notice about when you play like this is you do have to put a little bit of pressure. If you have a lightweight bowl like I do, you want to notice if you're pushing too hard, if you're knocking that bowl over. So that's something to be mindful of. So again, I'm soft and I'm just going back and forth about 1.5 inches to 2 inches above the rim. Slowly bringing that sound up. Can you hear that? Those high harmonics. I love sound healing too. Hi, Soul of Yoga. Gorgeous, right? So if you have your bowls, go ahead and try this technique. See how it feels for you. And check in. This is a technique that I like. Part of me, I'm a little bit of a sound snob. I was like, I don't like the sound that is created between the wand and the bowl. If you're a crystal bowler and you play the frosted bowls, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That. We had a Shauna come last year and she calls that the white noise. And she highly encouraged us to really fall in love with that white noise. And I was like, but I've been playing the bowls for 10 years, and the whole 10 years I've been trying to get away from that sound. But she really helped me to open up to that sound. And when I did, I started to hear some of the other harmonics playing while I played it that way, that did not exist when I played, say, with a silicone wand. You see those out there, or with the caps. You'll see those rubber caps. Some people like to play with those to cut out that sound. But I'm telling you, when you actually create that sound, that friction between the bowl and your wand, there is magic in there. So I'm inviting you to play your bowl like that and see if you can't start to tune into some of the other higher tones, the harmonics that the bowl is eliciting when you play like that. And not every bowl will do it, because all bowls are different. But those sounds exist. We did a little test before to see if we could hear it, and we could. So I'm inviting you now to see if you can tune into we have the lower sustaining sound, that droning, and then we have the higher harmonics that is a song all within itself. Yeah. Now, sometimes I get a lot of questions about the vibration of the bowl, and I'm going to elicit it in this bowl now. Hear that? In this bowl, in this case, again, every bowl is different. In this case, it's just because I'm not pressing enough on the bowl to control that. I was loosening my grip and the pressure I'm placing against the bowl. These are minute adjustments. We're fine tuning the playing, right? Because if you have a bowl right now, you've probably been playing it and you're like, I can play my crystal bowl. There is a lot more to playing than just making the sound, right? This is a magical bowl. I love it. What a good bowl you are. Feeling good. How are you feeling out there? Are you starting to take that in? Is it starting to work on our energetic fields? Starting to bring forth a sense of calmness, connection? The bowls are all about connection. They're all about communication, being in relationship to something else, another form, another being of consciousness. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. This is my dream. I've been playing bowls for 10 years now, and this is where it's guided me, and it's just been such a great journey. And I know that if you already have crystal bowls in your life, that you're probably feeling the same way, right? Just fantastic. And this is one bowl. Trust me, you're talking to somebody who went from 0 bowls to 40 within a matter of months. So for me to be playing one bowl is huge, but at the same time, to be able to take the time and be in presence with just one bowl really allows me to connect to that bowl and to get to know it, and to get to know it. Say, I want to know how it plays. If I would never have known this had I not played with it. I can get this bowl to sound like a didgeridoo. What? Right? And now it's singing for you now. You can hear those high harmonics. So to elicit the didge sound, I just take a little bit of a corner. I listen for where the bowl lets me know. That's all about the bowls. You listen to the bowl and it will tell you when it wants to be chimed, when it's ready for the sound to go off, when it's ready for another bowl to be played. But right here is where I'm feeling, and I can really hear those harmonics. So I'm going to rock out a little ditch sound for you. And I invite you to try this too. Feel it? Feel it? Isn't that gorgeous? Some of these bowls will really resonate for minutes after they've been played. This one in particular. Yeah. So how was that for you? I'd love to hear. Please comment on the Sacred Sound of the Soul Facebook page. I know that this is streaming to lots of different places, like the Soul of Yoga, like my personal Facebook page. But if you go onto the Sacred Sound Facebook page, it's also being streamed there. If that's where you comment, I can see that and I can answer some questions. But I would love to hear how that is for you. I love sound healing. Thank you. So do I. So while we're working on that, I just wanted to talk about a daily practice and what that can look like. Like, we have no control over what's going on outside, out there. There's just no way to know what's going to happen. But in here, in the internal space and in here, this is what we can control. This is why we have a practice. So that even though the thoughts may come and we might even get sucked into that fear, I absolutely have gotten sucked into that fear. But I know that when I come and I play my harmonium or my guitar or my drum or my crystal bowl, that's my opportunity to tune in, to find out, weed through what is true for me and where my sense of centeredness is. And the crystal bowls, I think, help in doing that and facilitating that connection in a really beautiful way. Are the crystal bowls for everybody? Absolutely not. I love to tell the story about my mother. God bless her. Hi, Mama. She hates the crystal bowls. Can you imagine? 10 years ago, I was living with her because I was traveling in and out of the country a lot. And when I found the crystal bowls and I said yes to them, they flooded in. So there I was with about 40 bowls in my little bedroom that I was staying in while I was at their house. And she felt like they were nails on a chalkboard for her. She just could not stand them. It hurt her to hear that. And I was a little like, I took it personally at first. I'm like, oh, she just doesn't love her daughter, or she, she's not supporting what I'm doing. But as in my own journey with sound, I found out that not every sound is for everybody. The crystal bowls aren't for everybody. It took us quite a bit of time. I went through, she was such an angel. She let me do the drums on her. She let me do the tuning forks. I had the Tibetan bowls on her. We were really trying everything that we could to see if that there was anything that really resonated with her. And it was the tuning forks that ultimately she was okay with. So we got her tuning fork. They sit by where she sits. I don't know if she uses them or not. I hope you do, Mama. But the point is that not everybody's gonna love the crystal bowls, and that's okay. It's about finding something that resonates with you, that you can say, I'm gonna take this time for me and for source, and I'm gonna connect. And that practice is what keeps us centered, keeps us connected, and allows us to continue to function in a life that can be really chaotic. So we really encourage you playing 10 to 15 minutes a day, whether it's just with one bowl or maybe you have a family of bowls, but really playing with them 10 to 15 minutes a day, every day. Every day. I've been doing it just about every day for about 10 years since I bought my first crystal bowl. I've been playing just about every day. My daughter, who's almost 6, she plays with me. It's something that's really fun and you can share with your family. If you don't have a crystal bowl and you're thinking, I'm ready, I'm ready for this, then go to our website, Sacred Sound of the Soul. You can see what we have in stock. There's all sorts of rumors out there about bowls not being able to get shipped out from the main place in Salt Lake City. They just had 3 earthquakes last night. So I spoke with the store manager, Edith, yesterday, and she said that for 3 earthquakes and having pictures falling off the walls, not one bowl was harmed. Not one. What a blessing, right? I think Mother Earth is releasing some pent up energy that is letting us know, hey, really, it's about being mindful. Let's connect to one another. And she let loose in Salt Lake City and released some. So not one bull was hurt. Everybody's okay in Salt Lake City. Crystal Tones is doing just fine. They are having some issues with sending out bulls right now because of what's going on. But if you are interested in purchasing crystal bowls, go to our website. It's Sacred Sound of the Soul. You can look at all of our inventory, and I handpicked every one of those bowls. So they are, I know without a doubt, they are magical. And we can get it shipped to you. I'm happy to do that. We have support, Crystal Bowl Club, every week on Thursdays at 11. And it's someplace that you can come and ask questions. Hi, Shelly. I love you too. It's so good to hear from you. This is just an unbelievable opportunity. Again, I really encourage you to play 10 to 15 minutes every day for your own self-care and wellness practice. Let me show you one other technique. Class will probably go about 45 minutes today. And then you're always welcome to comment after the class. I'll be looking at the comments and answering them then. So another, and it might be a little bit out of your box, but hey, we are in, like, these are the times to get out of your box, right? Like, let's get out of that little container that we put ourselves in saying, I can't sing, my voice isn't good enough, nobody wants to hear me, all those things that we know aren't true. This is an opportunity for you at home to use your voice with your bowl. The bowls love to be sung with. I tend to like to choose a bigger bowl to sing with because I have a lower voice, and it also creates this drone for me, for my voice to then sing over and create a whole different level of healing for myself and for whoever I'm playing for. Okay, so let's try that. Chime. And if you have your bowl, please do this exercise with me and follow along. So beautiful. Finding your drone, feeling the bowl, taking a breath in. Maybe it's just a hum at first. I love that. Taking it from a hum to opening the mouth. Maybe you want to sing into your bowl. How does that feel? When we use our voice, we're then adding to the sound our own special imprint. Nobody has your voice. Not one other person sounds exactly like you, just like the bowls. So when you add your voice in with the bowls singing, you can create so much magic, and the healing is divine. To be able to vibrate from inside and connect with the bowl on that type of a level is nothing other than magical. So I highly encourage you to try it out. You're not streaming to however many people. It's not a live video. You're just doing it in your own home. So this is really a beautiful time for you to take this practice. Now, I know that some of our students who've come live to Crystal Bowl class, like Bia, she played in her bathroom. That was the only place that she could find that, because she has lots of dogs, that she could get a little bit of private time. And the acoustics in a bathroom are beautiful. I happen to live in this sweet little one bedroom, and the ceiling is rounded at the top. So the sound actually is really fun to play with. So I encourage you to try different rooms, especially if you're not quite comfortable using your voice in front of your family yet. Go into the closet, take your bowl in the closet, and maybe you want to pick it up and play it and sing with it. That's an option too if there's not room for you to safely put it down, because of course, be very mindful as you move around your house. But I use my bowls on a daily basis. Some people are very like, oh, you could only use it in a certain type of fashion. I have never been like that. My bowls on the road with me, they're out in the sand and the dirt. I take them to the beach. I backpack them in. I used to carry my bowls in Trader Joe's bags. I'm not recommending that, but I've done it. I've swam out on my surfboard with my crystal bowl in a backpack so I could play with the dolphins and in the ocean. And it was beautiful. My bowls are working bowls. Of course, I'm mindful about it, and I'm very aware that they are breakable, but with awareness, and the more that you use them like that, the more used to it you'll be with them, and they'll be with you. And they're like, I don't want to say they're like pets, because it's not like I want to serve you or I want to please you. The bowls aren't like that. The bowls are these beautiful beings of consciousness that are here to help uplift us and to get us all into the oneness consciousness, and to take responsibility for our healing. We're so ready to go to the doctor or to take a pill or something else, or go to the shrink or go to another meeting or whatever it is. We're so ready to give away our power of healing. And the bowls really, for me at least, help me to take responsibility for my own healing. I'm the one that is playing the bowl. I'm the one that is listening and following my guidance. And that is what's helping me to heal from my past traumas. And I hope that it does for you too. Yeah. This has been such a great class, such a great opportunity. I feel so blessed that you're here with me. I see all 7 of you. So thank you for coming. Please share with other people. Again, we're going to be doing this every Thursday, Crystal Bowl Club. Right now, like literally live, I've got We've got Bo Nielsen, who's going to be streaming his class live at 9 o'clock from his home, but he teaches monochord and chime healing. So that's on Saturday. I'm working with some of the other instructors who are teaching chanting class, Nada yoga, to see if we can't get them to stay with our regular schedule and just stream from home. And these will be free for you right now. So it's a really big opportunity. We've got literally the greatest sound healers of San Diego teaching these sound healing classes. It's not just a healing for you to go lay down, which of course you can, but some of these classes are interactive. I'm a huge fan of the Nada yoga class. We also have a world chant and sing class that Michelle Anise teaches on Sunday. I'm very much hoping that she'll be here. We can live stream that as well, so you can sing with us from home. Shelly Ann Reef, our beloved therapeutic harp instructor, and she'll be teaching her classes as well. I'm not sure about this Sunday, but definitely next week. So you have options. You can always come here on Sacred Sound of the Soul, 11 o'clock, to get your dose of sound healing class. Please, again, feel free to comment after the class is done, and I'll get back to you. And I just can't wait to hear about how you feel and how this class has been. Thank you so much for coming. It has been an honor, and keep playing. We'll see you next week.